I was like them, that I wanted just to be a part of that as well with the community. I wanted to do things with the community. I wanted to make changes. Also now, as I'm here and I'm now involved with the deaf community, I realize, yes, St. Louis has really a lot of opportunities for making changes and doing things and making better additions and help, earn money to help people and do all these programs. But where's the access for the deaf community? What's being done for them? At that time, I had not make that decision that I wanted. That wasn't my fit yet, but I was in the process, and I was in this major, and I was interpreting. But I also wanted to collaborate with the deaf community, and so we could have everything for St. Louis and have more access for them as well. Is that okay? Anyway, now I do want to thank so many people. I can't even give everyone's name, but I'd be here all day if I had to name everyone. But the first one I want to thank is Dan. Dan, you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. He's the man who really was the glue that has held this program together. DCS program will be here forever. It's been here forever. Dan's been here forever. And, and so the program's been here forever too, but Dan is as well. Before, when I was in his class, and I learned so much, and I was so eager to learn, I wrote everything down. But that time, as now that I've come now, I feel like I feel so honored to be his colleague and to work with him. It's so special to me. So thank you, Dan. Thank you for teaching me so much. My deaf instructors, I had so many. Two in particular was Nina, and she's not here anymore, but she was a wonderful woman. Oh, she was fantastic. I loved her. And then Lisa, of course. Where are you? There you are. Hello, Lisa. Lisa, again, was the first deaf person that I ever met, and she scared the crap out of me. Also, she taught me all 4 ASL classes. I had ASL 1, 2, 3, and 4 with her. Because Lisa, her class was fun. She was always being sarcastic. She was joking and teasing. And also she accepted no bullshit. We had to deal with it. Am I right about Lisa, right? You challenged me, tell me, I'm talking about you. Don't tell me, be done. No. You challenged me and throughout all 3 years. So thank you so much for that. I will love you forever. You're like my deaf mother. Also, my deaf tutors, I did so much of them. Going to the deaf lab. I went every week, over and over again. I was showing up going, I need help. And I'm sure they're like, oh, here she is again, but I don't care. They were great. Esther, are you here? There you are. I love you, Esther. Thank you so much for teaching me all that you did, sharing your language with me. You and Clovis were amazing. I don't think you guys knew Clovis, so I'm really sad for you that you didn't get to meet them. Because he was a wonderful man. He's still here. He's not dead. Don't worry. He's just not dead. He's just not here at Flo Valley anymore. Sorry. So Esther, thank you for sharing your language, your time, and thank you for your patience with me. You were such a wonderful help, and you've changed my life. And my other colleagues, Loretta Freeman, and there's so many more. Melissa Fearsons, Henley, David and Michelle, Jesse, of course. He's always been a wonderful support when we team together. Susan, I do know that one. And there's so many other interpreters. Justine, those people, particularly those that I just named, they really have helped me and inspired me, influenced me with my career, and to approach how I'm become a better interpreter. And all those, they were all good experiences with them. All wonderful people. So I just want to say thank you to all of them. And my husband, there you are, Owen. We started this program back in 2008. We started dating. We were so poor. We were so broke back then. And I worked at Red Lobster. But, you know, he took on two jobs, one full-time during the day, and then he picked up a second job at night because he knew that I had to, you know, focus on my studies of this program, and it was very important, and so he sacrificed so much for me. So I know your time and your work, all that you did during that time, I was able to do everything I needed to do to be able to learn this craft and be successful. And I know you sacrificed your weekends and let me go to workshops and everything, you know, money that we had to spend for all this so I could learn more and more. So thank you. You know, I can't say how much I thank you and I love you. I cherish you. And I will never regret. I'll never forgive you for the driver's license. And like my baby. Lisa still makes fun of me about that. But, putting that aside, except for that, I love you for everything you've done for me. Most importantly, I want to thank all the deaf community. Thank you, and for inviting me into your world, teaching me, showing me your, you know, patience, and your kindness, and your love, and trusting me, the trust you put in me, and everything that I've learned in life from you. This job and this career as an interpreter, it's heavy. But I don't, you know, I don't look at it just as a job. Oh, I'm gonna do this job or whatever. No, every job that I take, every assignment, it's a lot, and I love it. So thank you so much. Now, I want to tell you, students, this job as an interpreter, it's hard. Man, it's really hard. It's a messy job. There's no SOP, standards operation, you know, the rules or tell you how things go. You don't have that. Every day is a different day. Every assignment you go into, you know, you have to go through life. And you're impacting other people's lives, and it's complex. You know, and you just have to, you know, navigate yourself through it. You know, have to make decisions like immediately. It doesn't matter, you know, if it's a language decision or it can be an ethical decision. You have to make these decisions immediately, and you have to really think quick. It's really impactful all these decisions you make impact other people's lives. My advice to you: when you graduate and when you get your certification, not if, when. I didn't mean graduation, sorry, I meant your certification. And you start working, before you go into your first job, take a pause for a moment and ask yourself, why am I here? You know what the answer will be? It should be anyway. You're there to support the deaf person and facilitate communication. You know, yeah, the hearing side, there's the hearing side too. You got to facilitate both sides of communication. But you're there to advocate, you're there to support that deaf person's experience. If your heart leads you, or lead with your heart for all your decisions, every one of them, that's really important. It doesn't matter, if you feel a little awkward, a little doubtful. Sometimes it's hard to make the right decision. It's still hard. Even though you know it, it's still hard. But if you lead with your heart, you will be fine, and you'll make the right choice. I promise. In this profession, you can't be selfish. You are rooted in love in this profession. You must be. You have to remember, and you have to believe, everyone requires accessibility. No one's left behind, never. And thank you again for this wonderful opportunity and this honor for receiving this reward. And thank you for all your help in challenging me and reminding me and leading me, encouraging me with love. If you do everything with love, with every decision, you'll never really make the wrong choice or the wrong decision. Thank you.
You did all the work, Chris, so it's much more than what you learn in the classroom, and anyone who's become an interpreter understands that. So it's the hours outside that also make a good interpreter. So next we have a faculty member who taught most of these students in the upper classes, their ASL 3 and 4 classes, and that would be Mark Jodlowski. So Mark, would you like to come up and say a few words? Where is he? Oh, there he is. He was over here.
I'll give you a script, okay? I'm going to start. Is it music? Hello, hello. Look at all these people. Look at Chris. Oh, congratulations, Chris, for your reward. I know Susan Coleman, I knew her. I'm sorry. And she was my friend. And my wife and I, the three of us, we had a lot of fun together. She was awesome. She was an awesome woman. And I had a lot of respect for her, so I really miss her. Okay, anyway, I want to share with you, look at all of them. They've worked so hard, and they've studied and studied, and they've learned their receptive skills and their expressive skills. And I know some of them were the night students instead of the daytime students. So I didn't teach all the night students, so I've had most of them, though. So what I want to do is assign to you a poem, and it's called The Climb. It was before, I don't know if you remember the singer. Her name is Miley Cyrus. Do you know who she is? Yes, okay, yay, they know her. See, they're so excited. They like music, It was like a song in 2009. So, but I'm going to sign it for you guys as a poem, okay? Okay, I can almost see it. The dream. I'm dreaming. But there's a voice. There's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking Every move I make feels lost without direction. My faith is shaking. But I'm going to keep trying. But I've got to keep trying. I've got to keep my head held high. There's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. It's always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm going to have to lose. It ain't about how fast I can get there. It's not about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes it might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm going to remember most. Yeah. I just got to keep going. And I've got to be strong. And I've just got to keep pushing on because there's always going to be another mountain, right? And I'm always going to want to make it move. Always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm going to have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah. There's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. There's always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm going to have to lose. It's not about how fast I get there. It ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah. Keep on moving. Keep on climbing. Keep the faith, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep your faith. Keep your faith. Whoa. Wow. Congratulations.
Mark, that was beautiful. As many times as I have shared this stage with you in different productions, along with your wife and mine, I forget how expressive you can be. And finally, we have our student representative, Brianna Scott Hudson, who'd like to say a few words.
Thanks. I was like, I can't reach that. Hi. Thanks. It's like quiet around here. Whew. Not gonna mess this up. I'm not gonna mess this up. Hi. Once again, my name is Brianna, and I want to thank you guys for coming and sharing this moment with us, all 11 of us on the stage. Appreciate y'all for coming. For months, I've been trying to figure out what to say in the speech, and I didn't know if I wanted it to be funny, if I wanted it to be sad or serious, or everything in between. I didn't know. I've talked to multiple people, and they said, just be yourself. And I said, myself is an unmedicated person who has ADHD, but here we go. 3 years ago, if you would have told me that I could have a conversation in another language, or I would be up here delivering a speech to all of you today, I would have thought you were crazy. But here I am. In the 3 years, we have laughed, we have cried, we have gotten angry, and we have plenty of, I have no idea what that person is saying. But you're doing your best to hide it, or if you were anything like me, you got cupcake and grass mixed up on a test, or you didn't know the sign for license or how to spell it, so you spend 10 minutes trying to figuring out what it was and how the word Arizona tied into the whole sentence. Turns out they weren't connected at all, and I missed the transition in the topic. Sorry. When we started school, we took ASL 1. We had an interpreter on the first day, like Chris said, and then we never saw them again. And I believe that interpreter was Jesse. Yeah. I think at that moment I realized that there were men in this field, and I don't think I ever saw another man until I saw Jesse again. So I was like, Jesse must be the only one here. We were all trying to figure out what the teacher was saying without an interpreter, and then we slowly came to understand what was going on. Then ASL 2 came, and I had it with John, and we also did finger spelling and numbers. And I spent 4 months in that class, and I still don't remember the techniques to figure out how to distinguish the numbers and distinguish the letters, but I do know that don't read the individual letters, but read the word, and you'll figure it out. You still might struggle. Strive with confidence, keep going. And then ASL 3 came, and we took it with Mark, and we were all trying to figure out the difference between sell, store, and shopping. Y'all remember that test? And I was like, Mark, what's going on? What are you doing, hon? And he was like, figure it out. And I said, okay, bestie, I guess. Then ASL 4 happened, and some of us took it with Zach, and our human anatomy lesson, remember that? And that's all I'm gonna say. If you weren't in the class, sorry. And we laughed and we kept going. And then we didn't take any more ASL classes. It was the only interpreting classes from here on out. We sat in those chairs and pretended to understand what was going on, and sometimes we did. But most times, it was a smile and wave moment, and you just kept going. Although it wasn't our finest moments in class or semester, we made it through, and nobody got hurt because we messed up. Not all of us had the same journey to get to where we are today. Some of us went to another school or moved here. Some of us took a break and came back. Some of us, and for some of us, this is our first time being in college. Whether you started years ago or just 3, we all had the same finish line. We all made it to this pinning after years of hard work and fun obstacles. And at the end, we always came out on top. And the last 3 years were filled with, I'm tired of this grandpa. And just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Especially when you're on assignment in your last year and internally you're going, you're killing me, Smalls. Can we get to the point, please? Because I think I lost the plot a while ago. But we made it through, and there was a light at the end of the tunnel. This group that sits here before you is filled with inside jokes like, never wear green nails because you'll have olives on your hands. And if you weren't there for Katie's class, I'm so sorry, because that was a funny story. Or that salt and pepper is just seasoning. You all needed to be in the room where it happened. For the past 3 years, we laughed, we cried. We probably threw a book in the air and hoped someone else caught it because we were done. And I can't tell you how many times I've told Eric and Dan that I am done and I'm walking away. And they go, okay, you can walk away. And then I'm back in class next time because I already paid for the class. So, gotta get your money's worth. There's trust and security among 12 of us, but 11 sitting front. One piece of advice that was great advice from day one was to socialize with the deaf community. First, I want to start off by saying I truly, truly appreciate the deaf community. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are, and you guys are a huge inspiration, and I truly appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to figure out, what are you saying? Oh, your name. That's the wrong sign, but I think I got it. For having your own smile and wave moment with us and keep pushing through, even when we looked like we had no idea what you were saying, and you're just continuing with the story, and you're like, this person's lost, but we're gonna keep going. It felt like a chore the first day we did it. It's like, oh, we gotta go. But then after a while, you start to build relationships, and you start to build a family and a sense of community within. And then it no longer felt like a chore. It felt like just hanging out with a friend, or maybe an older sister, and a relationship was born. People who supported me in my journey in learning and getting to know them, it never felt like a chore, it felt real. It felt like an encounter where I did a lot of talking because I am a certified yapper. I feel you. My coworkers know I talk a lot. And if you ever know me, I talk a lot. And I've seriously lost the plot a long time ago, but I'm still looking forward to okay. And that's ADHD for you. This community has welcomed all of us with open arms and open minds, and understanding that this person just wants to be friends, and we are just girls, and Grant and Isaiah. Of course, that we just want to be friends, and it's not a chore to hang out with them, that they are my actual friends, and I love each and every one of you. Thank you, Brittany and Lauren, for coming out. I appreciate you. And I'll leave with this, and then I won't talk anymore. It's written by Dr. Seuss. It says, you have brains in your head, and you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. I appreciate you for spending the last 3 years. You guys have created amazing memories, and thank you.
So finally, we get to the part that's most exciting that you've been waiting for, and that's the pinning. Oh, thank you, Brianna. She does talk a lot. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Always, she also has been very involved with the Deaf Communications Club, and so her work just continues throughout the year, and I hope she'll be back to visit some of our future students to talk about possibilities for them. In the end here, you will get to see some of the work they've done over the last 3 years in a slideshow. But before that, we're going to have Tracy and Esther come up to give the students their pins. They'll each receive a pin that looks like the one you're seeing on the projector there. So if Tracy and Esther would come up, Yeah, she's going the right direction. They're looking for the box that Eric put together, the survival kits there. Are you ready, ladies?
Yep, we're ready.
First of all, Grant Baxter. Welcome to the profession of interpreting. Desiree.
Come back here, come back here. Okay, that you need that too. Okay, now, smile big. Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
High five.
He also gets the other bag and a hat.
Oh, okay.
Desiree Campos.
Oh, yeah, you get that too, yeah.
The iris is a representation of the goddess of messengers. So an iris is a representation for an interpreter. Kirsten Collier.
Wait, come here, come here.
Allison Damari. Davis Dunn. Pamela D. Gardner. I'd like to recognize Christy Hyatt, who could not be with us today. Do we have a slide for Christy? There she is. Maddie Mahoney. Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. Max Christner. Maddie Mahoney. Brianna Scott Hudson. Isaiah J. Shoemake. Birdie Thompson. Congratulations, DCS class of 2025. And before we close today, the students have put together a series of videos or photographs that they put together over the last 3 years of work. You'll see some of the community work in there as well. So if we could show that now. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. As you could see, the students work with many, many different organizations across the St. Louis metropolitan area. In closing, I'd like to remind you all, first, thank you for coming, and then at the closing of the ceremony, we'll move these chairs forward so that group pictures can be taken of the class so that you'll be able to do that. Again, I want to thank you all, and I really want to congratulate and recognize the hard work of these 11 students sitting on this stage today. So let's give them one more round of applause. Please join us for a reception afterwards in the lobby. Thank you again for coming. Do we need to move them into more like some standing or something?